You can't argue with DNA.
A tool featured on CSI isn't just for the TV show. The Utah company that invented the gadget helping investigators. Experience 2 News at 10.
You're watching Utah's #1 news channel. This is 2 News at 10.
Well, if you're like most of us, you're a fan of CSI. Investigators on the show use a lot of high-tech gadgets to solve all their crimes.
Much of the technology featured on the show is real, and a Utah company's crime-fighting machine had a starring role in tonight's episode of CSI.
Yeah, Christina Flores live with more on the story and how'd they get their device on the show, Christina?
Well, this is a pretty cool story. The head of the Utah company that makes this machine right here, called the M-Vac, says it was really tough, but he got a meeting with the show's producers, and then once the experts on the show saw the machine, they liked it, and eventually it got on the show. While these CSIs are actors, the tool they use to collect a killer's DNA is real.
We're extremely excited about it getting on the show.
Jared Bradley owns the machine. He's thrilled about the potential fame CSI could bring to his business in Bluffdale.
It's going to be exciting. I'm sure between all my friends and family, the Twitter and the texting is going to be pretty crazy.
Bradley knew CSI uses real technology in the show, so he worked hard to get his M-Vac machine to a producer.
It took me about 8 months to finally track down her name.
The M-Vac was invented by Bradley's father to test food for E. coli.
Just like it works fantastic with collecting E. coli, it also works very well in collecting skin cells and DNA material.
That's exactly what real-life CSIs need to track down bad guys.
There would be some of his sweat, skin cells, that kind of thing.
The M-Vac sprays the spot where the suspect's cells could be present, vacuums, then collects the evidence.
You can't argue with DNA.
Francine Bardol is a real CSI for West Jordan, the first Utah Police Department to use the M-Vac. She says it can pick up the tiniest DNA samples that are too small to swab.
We have a few cold cases that I'm going to be working on that they're just at a dead end, and just there's nowhere else to go with it. So we're going to use it on those.
What's going to happen is,
for Jared Bradley, a role on CSI is great, but solving real crimes is even better.
if we can help solve some of those crimes, then it's more than worth it for us.
And Bradley hopes after tonight he will get a lot of interest in his machine. Mark and Sean, I think you would agree, he couldn't have paid for all the publicity that he got on CSI tonight.
That's for sure. All right,
Yeah.
Christina, thanks.